spots in any college football season. Ranked teams against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Utah Utes, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Longhorns will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the Utah Utes offense will have the first possession of the game. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Parker. And some room to work. Breaks into the open. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive.
What the fuck, man? Oh my god, dude. How did my shit not save, man? Whatever.
And the Utes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Got a man, it's Parker. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Oh, it's a fumble. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Yeah, see, this isn't.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Boards up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Using his feet. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Utes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll try the outside to the left. There he goes. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
This crowd knows when to bring it. On the move. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
And the Utes trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. They'll run the option. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Utah!
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. So an 82-yard drive there. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 15, here comes the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Texas Longhorns offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
Under fire. Trying to escape and get it himself.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
Now on second down. The run from the shotgun. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Longhorns' first season in the SEC was a rousing success and so close to even more with a late loss to Ohio State. Steve Sarkisian and the Horns have the expectations right where they want.
You said expectations. Has there ever been more hype around a quarterback in Arch Manning since, I don't know, Tim Tebow? People are expecting so much out of this young quarterback. If he hits the ceiling, David, this is going to be a really tough team to beat.
And he showed you flashes a year ago when he filled in for 4 years, and I think those flashes were so great. And then Texas, man, this is a program that's on the rise. The last couple years, making it to the Final Four in the sport, they're ready to take that next step.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The give on the option. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Back to pass, it's Manning. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll try the run. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll... to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The pitch to the left. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. On the move. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Parker. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All right, guys, let's take a beat here and think about Utah. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program. When you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
And you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and then they'll get themselves into those rankings.
The 49-yard line, but not before getting it into opponent territory.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
The Utes are rolling down the field. Motion from the back. This quarterback part of their running game.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
So now it's 2nd and long. On the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Trying to turn the corner on the left.
Well, you needed 2 yards to get that first down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Dampier. And the timing just a hair off.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
third down. He'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Bentley. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Red pass, it's complete. Turning it on. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
On the play. First and goal, Utah.
The Utes have it in scoring position on first and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Utes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Zone number. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Utes!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. Looking downfield on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Hand off from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Fucking shit's fucking ridiculous.
The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top. Touchdown Longhorns! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And I love it. Trust your passing game. Trust your quarterback because you know he can execute. You have confidence in him, and that is the way you finish a first half. And now you got a chance to tie this football game.
The extra point here would tie the game. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Virginia Tech picked a bad day to have a bad day. The once proud tradition Frank Beamer built there in Blacksburg, they're a long way from that right now. They're trailing by 14 to Louisville. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Devin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And already it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11 on 11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So the quarterback scrambling, the quarterback running has completely changed the way people play defense.
And he was flat, missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The option look. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The Utes getting set on 1st and 10. Try to get it to the edge. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. One more snap coming before halftime. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. He fires one deep down the right side. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at DKR.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
I think that's a decision the head coach is going to look back on and wish he had done the other thing and just kick it way down the field. You've got a tie game. We've got so much football left to play here in the second half. Instead, because you don't get the onside kick, your opponent is now set up in really nice field position to go down, score, and take the lead.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Trying to get rid of it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Motion from the wide receiver. Runs through a tackle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Manning. Rushes on him. He's got him.
Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Got it at the 30. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was
Dude
probably telling them
sucks.
4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be. And now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through
We'll return
one guy,
soon.
but not
How many
the
times
rest.
are you gonna fucking send dude out of the game?
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
Wants to fire on second down. Moving out of the pocket. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Absolutely perfect. And they go back on top.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. To throw, it's Dampier. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as...
Breaks into the open. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Parker. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Okay.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
He'll take it himself. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Utes moving quickly to the line. A first down run in the red zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack. Lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Utah! They take the lead with the 6.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
This offense is feeling itself right now, and momentum's coming along with them. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. The play action fake. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Back to throw. It's Manning. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David,
there he goes. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. Guys, he's up to 103 yards rushing, and he goes over the century mark in this season opener. The Utes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Might as well give it to him again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've reached the break. It's Utah holding the lead and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
at this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
They'll toss it to the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 30. Good pickup on that one.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop. And that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward. And, David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And the Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. A run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The negative play leaves them with 2nd and 12. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he won't quite get there. But, boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, and an array of possibilities here.
Oh, shit.
This is a design run. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
At the 17-yard line. That's a first down for the offense.
The Utes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They want that clock to run. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback keeps it. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. They'll try to get outside. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. The lead now up to 7 at 24-17.
Well, that's a huge kick right there because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's Manning. Gets it out fast. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And that 2-minute drill, man, you're searching for those first downs. You got to find them. Sometimes it's a run, sometimes it's a screen. Whatever it is, they choose to run the football here. Still time, but we're still in that hurry-up situation.
A deep throw as the clock winds down.
Come on.
And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Kansas is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Fresno State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Quarterback will keep it. Got the first himself. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. Second down coming. On the option. They'll go to the ground. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you can tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the toss. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
That's how it's done, and it's an easy decision when you get it. There's no second guessing when you get it. Nice job by the offense converting the fourth down.
And the youth have it with a 1st and 10. They want to run this quarterback. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. And now on second down for this offense. Quarterback keeper. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR.
Ah, fuck.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. With the line of scrimmage at the 37, that will leave them with a long 54-yard field goal attempt and a chance to win the game. And it's good on opening weekend. A walk-off field goal to win the game. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. #1 team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well, because we know they've got a ton of talent, and this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving ahead.
Yeah, so you got to use this. You got to look at what you did wrong. You got to say, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Just because we were #1, that doesn't mean anything until the end of the season, and you're the last guy standing, and you have the trophy. So take this loss, work on some of those things you think you need to work on so it doesn't happen again.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollard and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.